Hi, I'm Kent Mayor Dana Ralph, and I want to say thank you for joining me for the weekly update for February 10th, 2023. Start right out with the legislative session. It is in full swing in Olympia, and the City of Kent has been busy providing all of our legislators with updates and feedback on the bills that are coming through. It's been fast and furious, and the number of bills just like something I have never seen before. So the primary areas of focus that we have this year are going to be around housing and public safety. So on housing, talking about density, what that looks like in neighborhoods, specifically single-family neighborhoods, and increasing density there is a significant goal of the legislators. So we're making sure to provide them with feedback that fits for the City of Kent. Anytime you do a one-size-fits-all solution, it doesn't fit all. And so working with our South County cities and our lobbyists to make sure that the legislators, as they're making this decision, really understand the impacts, both pros and cons of that legislation. Secondly, public safety, and it's been in the news quite a bit. Had a chance to do an interview with Q13 this last week about street racing. The City of Kent is bringing forward a street racing bill that adapts or modifies the definition of street racing. So not just two cars racing for speed, but including things like the intersection takeovers and drifting that's going on. It's just not safe in our community, and we're seeing property damage. There's the nuisance of the noise, and then at the end of the day, we have also seen people that have died as spectators at those street races. So first time someone is stopped for street racing, the potential will exist to have that car impounded for 72 hours. The second time and post-conviction, there's a possibility of forfeiting that vehicle. So really trying to find a way to bring safety to our neighborhoods and get that street racing under control. Pursuits, another big thing that has been in the news. Chief Padilla was able to go to Olympia and testify on pursuits. The inability of our officers to pursue in nearly all circumstances has really created a situation of not having safety in our neighborhoods for a variety of reasons. When the bad guys know that they can't be chased, it really doesn't provide an incentive to not do those kinds of things. So we've seen things like vehicle thefts go up and that kind of thing across the state, not just here in Kent. So hoping that the legislature will work on that pursuit bill and help bring some of those tools back to our police department. Finally, the Blake decision. You may have heard in the news over the last couple of years, Supreme Court ruling that essentially made controlled substances legal or not a crime in the state of Washington. The legislature provided a fix last session, which will sunset here at the end of this session. And we are asking that they implement new rules around controlled substances. So knowing that the goal is always to get somebody into treatment. The goal is not to incarcerate somebody for a long time because they have addiction issues, but we need to have some tools to help them get into treatment. And right now, there is an ask, but there's no incentive and no requirement. So went down to Olympia at the beginning of the week and testified on that bill. You can see that full testimony on our social media on my Facebook page. So really working hard. I want to say thank you to all of our city employees that are working around the clock. Honestly, I'm getting emails at midnight, people providing input on those bills to make sure that what happens in Olympia, the impacts on Kent are positive and not negative. So really, really working hard. I want to say thank you to everybody that's doing all of that work, including our legislators. Next thing I want to talk about is our neighborhood matching grant program. So our neighborhood program back up and in full swing. We had those great events last year, Drinks in the Driveway. Want everyone to know that we have a great program that recognizes our neighborhood councils, and we've got grants available with an up to 50% match. So the city provides 50% in money, and the neighborhood can contribute the other 50% of the value of a project through sweat equity. So put on your work boots, put on your work gloves. We've seen all kinds of great projects around the city. Locking mailboxes installed, murals, entryways added, spruced up, plantings, that kind of thing. So get together with your neighbors if you're a part of a neighborhood council. Think about what project you would like to make your neighborhood special or improve safety, livability, all of those things, and you can apply for a grant through the City of Kent. You can also apply to be a neighborhood council. So if you're interested in any of that, you can email Tracy Taylor at ttaylor@kentwa.gov, and she can provide you with all of the information. As we wrap up, I would like to invite you to join me at this year's State of the City address. The event will be Tuesday, March 14th at Kent Meridian High School. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. had a great year and we've got a lot to celebrate. So I'm looking forward to sharing the success stories, what we've accomplished at City Hall, and what's on the horizon, what's coming. So you can check that out at kentwa.gov/SOTC, so State of the City address. Would love to see you all there. It is always so much fun for me to go back to KM, my alma mater where I graduated from, and be able to just have a conversation with you all about the great things that are happening here in the city of Kent. Before we end, one last thing. I've got some big thank yous this week and want to try and make sure to always end with the positive, end with the kindness and the gratitude. So this week we had a pretty significant power and internet outage down here in the Kent Valley on James Street. A power pole got taken out and it took out internet to a good portion of not only City Hall, but Kent Station, surrounding neighbors. And Comcast and PSE have been working hard, but also our IT department here at the City of Kent to make sure that when you call us, we've got phones that ring and that you can get into things on the website. So just thank you to all the employees that have gone above and beyond this week to make sure that that technology that we've all grown so accustomed to is working. So with that, have a wonderful weekend and we'll see you next time.